Welcome to the Farm Stand Kitchen. My name is Rebecca. Thanks for coming in today. We're going to be cooking out of the Pretty and Purple book, Recipes from Then and Now. The recipe we're making today is healthy sweet and sour pork, which is on page 55. If you have this book, you can follow along and you can cook with this. This is what we love to do in the Farm Stand Kitchen. If you would like to have our cookbooks, you can find them at thefarmstandkitchen.com. That's all one word, all lowercase. You can scooch over there to the website and find all kinds of things that you might be interested in. All right, we are having this for lunch because we were hungry for this. So we just thought, well, we just bring you on in and we'll just talk about it as we go. So I want to tell you what I have here. In the pan here, we have our 2 tablespoons of butter in this pan, and we're sauteing down some vegetables, which is a half a cup of diced carrots, a medium green pepper chopped, a medium red pepper chopped, and the green onions in there. We have 3 green onions sliced. So all we did was just saute this down in the butter here. So we are good to go with that. That is completely sauteed out and good to go. You just want to soften them up a little bit. You don't want to like totally soften them out, but you just want to make sure your carrots are, tender and you're good to go. Like with stir fry and stuff. All right, so what we have next, now because this is healthy, why I call this healthy is because I bake the pork. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So what I have here is 12 ounces of boneless pork, and I believe these were chops, right, Dave? We just cut up some pork chops. Right. So we have 12 ounces there. And then in this bowl here, I have 2 tablespoons of butter with some garlic in here. Excuse me. And the garlic we have is 1 teaspoon. So 2 tablespoons of melted butter with 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. So that's what you have there. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to put the book down so we can do this. So we're going to put our pork in here. And I'm just going to toss that just a tad. You just want to get all that meat coated and that garlic butter. This is where you get your garlic flavor from in this recipe. All right, now this here is just a half a cup of plain breadcrumbs. You want to make sure you use plain. So I'm just going to sprinkle those on there. Then you just want to coat that with the breadcrumbs. Because you got that butter on there. Ooh, that garlic smells good. Mm-hmm. I love that. We haven't made this for a while. I put it in the cookbook because I love it. All right, so this is just a baking sheet. You don't have to spray it because you have all that butter on there. And then you just spread those out. And then you just want to pop these into a 375 oven for right about 12 minutes. It doesn't take long for these little cubes. These are like 3/4 inch cubes. So that's not going to take long at all. Just spread them out, pop them in the oven, and then I'll show you what they look like. All right, we'll set these aside. And I will bring these over. I just took these out, so I'm going to use maybe I can. Oh, I think I can. Okay. So this is what it looks like when you get it out. Your pork is just browned, just baked up, and it's so good. I love it. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to set this aside where we can move on with our recipe. All right, so what we have here now, let's just go ahead and read along. So I have 1 cup of chicken broth here, and then we're going to add a 1/3 cup of red wine vinegar, and then we're going to add 4 teaspoons of cornstarch. I'm being a little noisy in the kitchen. All right, and 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. All right. Let's just go ahead and whisk these together. I'm going to turn up my heat there on my vegetables. All right, that's all you have to do. Now we're just going to add it right here. Going to put that in there. And then we are going to get this to thicken up for us. Won't take too long. That's good and hot. So I want you guys to see that. It'll start thickening up. Now let's just go ahead and read a little bit more in our recipe. So then we're going to thicken this up a little bit. Oh, I think we're going with the process here. I can see some bubbles in the middle. All right, so you just want to, this is going to thicken. And then what we're going to do here, once we get this thickened up, all you do is just add your pork to it, and we're going to add some pineapple. So we're going to add 8 ounces or a cup. My recipe does say tidbits, but I went ahead and just used the chunks today because I really like the pineapple. So I like a little bigger chunk in there. All right, so here we go. It's thickening up. Just kind of want to give that a little stir while it's thickening. It's going to be up to a boil here in no time. But this goes together really quickly. This is just another great example of our easy recipes in the cookbook. Really delicious. Dave and I were talking about this. Mm-hmm. We used to eat that. Well, when we lived in South Dakota. Yeah. Seemed like we made this quite a bit when we lived up there. We did. But we cook so much here in the farm stand kitchen. We kind of got away from some of these. That's why I put this in the Then and Now book, because we used to have this a lot. Oh, that smells good. I'm getting hungry. It's time for our lunch. We've been doing cooking videos, and I'm just getting a little hungry. All right. This is going to serve about 4 people. You can certainly double the recipe. It's going to be fine to do that. You can make as much as you want. I am just using a white rice today because that's what I had on hand. I do like this with jasmine. That's my favorite rice. But I just had white rice on hand today, so we're just going to have ours with a little white rice. All right, that is doing its thing there. Let's go ahead and get our pork in there now. We'll just combine it all and we'll be ready for a little lunch. I love the garlic butter on this meat when you bake it. And you really can taste that when you eat it. You can totally tell the garlic's in there. I love that. Okay. Be good, Dave. Mm-hmm. So good. All right, I'm going to turn the heat down on that because I'm just going to put the pineapple in. And just give it just a little stir, just so it just kind of warms up your pineapple there a little bit. Doesn't take much because this is good and hot. All right, look at that. Let's just plate some up. Just get a little rice here. Dave, he doesn't like too much rice. He just likes a little bit of rice and a lot of meat. There we go. Let's give you a little. And see, you can just make dinner as quickly as that. So good. You can feel good about it. It's a little healthier than traditional sweet and sour pork. There we go. Does that look delicious? I can't wait to eat this. This is our healthy sweet and sour pork from Recipes Then and Now cookbook. We'll post everything for you and gotta try this. It's delicious.